Hi! Today I want to do another summer look. Obviously it's still summer and I'm honestly obsessed with these easier to do summer looks, like I did the dotted eyeliner or like the colorful eyeliner that I did. Anyways, today I wanted to do a look with a little pop of color and no foundation. So the base is going to be very minimal. It's the base that I wore in my previous video, but I didn't show it on camera. This time I'm going to show it on camera and also do a fun little eye look. So let's get into it. Okay, I'm gonna start with the easiest base of life. I am literally going to use 3 products on my face. Yeah, I think 3 is enough. I have SPF on my face. I know I say this in every video, but it's highly important, especially in summer. So make sure you wear your SPF and let's move on to the makeup. So my first product is going to be concealer. I'm using the Stay Naked by Urban Decay. It's in the shade 40 NN. And I will be applying this mainly just on my under eyes. I don't have pimples at the moment, so no need to cover anything else up. I do have some red dots on my forehead, but they're basically nothing. I'm just going to leave them like this. My skin is already glowing because of the sunscreen. Probably I won't need highlighter. I will just need to mattify the center of the face and cover my under eyes a little bit. So that's going to be my base. I'll be using a very small amount of this. Since I don't have foundation on, I think it's a little bit weird for me to entirely cover my under eyes. Imagine a no foundation base and then a highly covered flawless under eye. It just looks a little bit off, so I'll be trying to keep it as natural as possible. I did apply a little bit on my lids as well, just so it serves as an eyeshadow base. And then I'm just gonna use my finger. You can use a sponge or a brush, obviously, if you want, but when I'm doing a more natural base, I just like to use my fingers. I feel like it just melts everything better into my skin. Concentrating the product in the inner portion of the under eyes because that's where I have the most discoloration. Most people actually have discoloration just in the inner portion. Then I'm gonna have to set this, so I'll pick up my little translucent powder. This is actually the RCMA no color powder. I just moved it into another powder jar because the original jar is pretty hard to use. And I will use this little setter brush from Real Techniques. I'm gonna make sure there are no creases first. And I will coat my brush into the powder. And I'll do little stamps on my under eyes. You can look up if you want to kind of stretch the creases out so you set really well. And I will pick a little bit more powder, the tiniest bit ever, and I will set my pores area and kind of blend the powder into the rest of my skin. But I'm not going to set my cheeks. I'm mainly just setting a little bit on my T-zone. And see how that little bit of powder just blurred my pores? It just made everything look a little bit smoother. And my third product is going to be cream blush. I'm going to use this one from Fenty. It's the Cheeks Out in the shade Crush on Cupid. I'm not going to do cream bronzer. I just don't feel like it's necessary. I'm trying to do a base that's as minimal as possible. And if I do a minimal base, I will only use blush because I am pretty pale. Like, I'm really white, as well as my face lacks color. It just looks flat yellow, and blush is kind of like a must for me. It really transforms my complexion. I'm only going to use my fingers with this one as well, so I'm just going to pick it up like that, and I'm just going to stamp it here. I'm kind of keeping it on the sides of my face and just blending it a bit inwards, but I'm kind of stopping right here. I'm not bringing it too close to the center of my face. Isn't that just so cute? It really transforms everything. Makes me look a little bit more youthful, as well as healthier. I'm building it up a little bit more. I feel like that is enough. You can see kind of like a side-by-side comparison, and also because this is cream, it kind of reflects light as well. I don't think I need a cream highlighter today, so I'm just going to leave my base like this. Obviously apply blush on my other cheek. I just love this base, so lightweight, and you're still able to see my few freckles, which I'm really into. For my eyes today, I'm going to use the Naked Wild West palette from Urban Decay. I will just do it mostly neutral with a pop of this teal. I just gave it all up, but hopefully we'll still keep watching this video. First of all, I will pick the shade Nudie here on a fluffy blending brush. This is Juvia's Play 007. I think this resembles a little bit the... what was it called? Burnt orange shade. from the Anastasia palette. No, it's a little bit lighter, but in tone they are pretty similar. I'm starting the application from my outer corner. I usually like keeping the dark shadows in my outer corner. Not that this is dark, but I'm building up some intensity here. I actually think I'm going to keep it pretty light if I think about it. And then with whatever is left on the brush, I will just blend inwards. But there's not going to be a ton of shadow in the inner portion of my crease. And I can blend it outwards as well to create a nice fade. And I will also run that all over my lower lash line. So this is kind of like a base color for this eye look. Then if you know, you know, I need a little bit of color on the base of my lashes. So I'm going to pick up Whiskey here, which is kind of like the darkest brown of the palette. And I'm going to apply it right in my outer corner, just at the base of my lashes. I don't need a lot of this. I don't want to make the look too intense. But I do need a little bit of definition in my outer corner with almost every look that I do. Just that I like lifting my outer corner visually a little bit. And then also, since I have such a light eye color, I kind of need some definition around the eye. I'm just slightly fading that shade there. And I think I'm also going to apply it in the outer corner of my lower lash line. Do a little connection to the top lid. Then I'm going to use the fluffy brush with no additional product on it, and I'm slightly blending this out. I'm applying very little pressure on the brush, just to fade it a little bit more. I don't know if you can hear the grass cutting neighbor on the background. I'm sorry for that if you do. I want a little bit of light on my lids and also to have some kind of a shadow there, because right now I just have the concealer on my lid. So I'm going to pick up the shade Standoff here, and I'm using a shading brush from Real Techniques, and I'm just going to apply it right where I have no shadow. I closed the window, so I might melt in a few minutes. I just wanted to avoid the noise outside. Anyways, I feel like this look is cute just as it is, but I promised color, so I'm going to do color. So I'll pick up the teal shimmer of the palette on a flat brush, Morphe M124 to be more specific. That's gonna go right here on my lower lash line, in the inner portion of my lower lash line. I think I'm actually going to go around my eye, kind of, let's just say I want to hug my eye with this shade. I just want to finish the eye look off with a little bit of mascara. I will use my On The Rise mascara from NYX Cosmetics. But first I am going to curl my lashes, which is a step that I never skip. So I'm grabbing the lashes by the base and curling them. I also like tilting the lash curler a little bit. And then I'm going to apply the mascara right away. I'm attempting to apply mascara without a mirror. So again, starting at the base, wiggling my brush left and right. Everybody compliments my lashes every time I wear this mascara. It's just that it's kind of, it adds a lot of length while keeping them pretty natural. I think that's what people enjoy about how it looks. As you can see, they look quite thin. It doesn't add that much volume. But I think it's a really balanced mascara. I kind of like it. Even though I like my lips just moisturized as they are, I'm going to do a little bit of something on my lips. So I'm going to line them with this Nude Beige pencil by NYX. This is like the perfect nude shade for me. When I try to keep things as natural as possible, this is the perfect nude for me because it resembles my lip color the most. I want to add a little bit of definition on my top lip especially. I'm going to finish things off with the Gloss Bomb by Fenty in the shade Fussy. This will add a little bit of pinkiness also, so a little bit of color. So that is everything for today's look. I really hope you like it. I feel like this is such a fun way of adding a pop of color to your summer looks if you're looking to, you know, a little bit more fun looks for summer. This is kind of like for the shy people. If you're not that into color, I feel like a little pop of color just on the lower lash line, I think that could be like very wearable. I find this to be very wearable as well. Anyways, I want to thank you so much for watching today's video, and hopefully I will see you in my next one. Bye!